Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dazzling Dave, and this is the international fan reaction for Wolves against Southampton. Make sure you send the guys the love.
Hey Dave, Wolfman Jeff coming at you here in Alabama. It's a drizzly, not fun weather day. Just kind of blah. And in a way, Dave, that's kind of how it feels after today's match. It's not pouring down, it's not horrible, but it's blah. Our performance, we had some high points. I do think Cutrone was trying to do some stuff, didn't quite connect. Raul was fantastic. Patricio did really well. But when Bennett left the pitch, it just changed the whole mood. And I don't want to put too much on Jesus, but there's a bit on his performance that really dropped. Cody, of course, had his big mistake, but he doesn't do that very often. We should have gotten it. I know we're upset with VAR, and but congrats to Raul, because he kept coming. I mean, he had a hat trick with only getting one goal. Because he had 3 times at it. And the Cutrone, I think the handball, as tough as it is to take, I could see it. The Cutrone offsides was a little more iffy, so that's a little harder to take. But thankfully we were able to pull out at least a draw. Should have gotten the win, but coming off the international break, which we don't do very well coming off the international break, at least we didn't lose. Would have liked to have gotten 3 points, but I'm not overly concerned. I generally thought that the lineup was the lineup we needed. Hindsight, I wondered if Doherty had been there as our wingback to begin with and had Adama up front. It's easier to guess these things after the fact, but I think he had a good starting lineup. Maybe Kilman would have done better. It's hard to say. But we move onward, upwards. So this Thursday, some are going to Slovakia and trying to get in. I know that's been a little rough. I don't know if you're heading over there yourself, but I'll try to listen online. And then, of course, next week. So we're back on it. So we're going to finish out the month of October. And we're going to see the month of October as an improvement. I think a turning point. I'm not concerned, but a little bit disappointed that we should have turned that into 3 points. Hey, thanks, Dave. We watched this here in Alabama, and I screamed at the television more than once. Bye.
Andy here from Switzerland with my reaction to the match on Saturday. Another match, 6 matches in total now without defeat. That's positive. Really, though, against Southampton, we should have come away with a win and 3 points and pushed ourselves forwards into the top 10. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Compared to the Man City game, first 20 minutes were great. It looked solid, looked like we were going places. We looked on the ball and attacking, and then following Bennett's departure and replacement, we looked decidedly shaky. And for the rest of the game, the defence did not look anywhere near what they were previously, with the one exception of Patricio in goal, who remained pretty consistent, made an excellent save in the second half, and really held it together at the back. Perhaps that's something Wolves need to look at in the transfer window coming up. Unfortunate use of VAR. Rao had the ball in the back of the net twice. When you look back, it looks like the goals were disallowed correctly. It's just the way in which that VAR is being used that's all wrong. It needs to be more transparent. We need to understand as spectators what is going on. I'm quite sure the players need to understand that too. To get the ball all the way back to the penalty spot and be in the process of kicking off again with the scoreboard at the side of the pitch showing us with a goal, and then to have it overturned is just wrong. That's not how it should be played, and it's not how it should be used. I seriously think the referee should be using the sideline monitor, if there is one, to go and take stock in the context of his own perception in the moments leading up to that. He's clearly the closest person to the field of play. In terms of the match overall, I think it's a toss-up between Patricio in goal, Adama, Doherty and and row as to who were the best players on the day. You could pick any of them. I think one thing you can say is that Doherty linked up with Adama seems to be working pretty well for Wolves as they're going forwards. Okay, so now we're on to Europe during the week in Bratislava. Hopefully some lessons learned, and a few players will be back from injury. I would say Diego came on and played very well as well. I should have mentioned him, and hopefully he'll be linked back up with Jimenez in Bratislava. And then after that we come back to Newcastle next week for another away game. There's a few away games coming up, and hopefully we can get a win midweek, push us forwards in Europe, and a win next week against Newcastle. Anyway, that's all from me, and catch you soon.
Wolves fans, Brian from Thailand, reflecting on yesterday's result, 1-1 draw against Southampton. First and foremost, I think it was a bit of an average game. I don't think there was much excitement in the game. A couple of players weren't on it. Maybe man of the match was Raul for his constant running. Unfortunate that Bennett had to be taken off after 15-20 minutes, and Valero, not for me. I think a couple of times he put the ball across, passing to Connor Cody, and Danny Ings intercepted it and should have scored. And then he was the one who cleared the ball in the midfield, where it went straight onto the head of somebody who nodded it forward. All right, Cody made a mistake, but Valero should have moved the outfield in the first place. Jury's out with him, unless somebody can take him and coach him. VAR decisions, yuck. I'm not too sure. I like VAR, but I hate VAR because, especially with the offside decisions, you know, Catroni's part of his leg or his foot was in an offside position. How can you sort of like rule a goal against that? I think first and foremost, what somebody should do at the end of the season is go and look and say and review it and say, well, look, you know, not your finger, not your arm, not your toe or whatever. Don't deem that as an offside. You know, be your torso, which is in an offside position. Our goal, our equaliser, I'm not too sure whether that was a foul. I thought that Doc fell over his own feet in the end, but we got away with it and got the equaliser. The ref had a poor game. You know, booking Raul for handball or just disputing the fact. Yeah, I was disappointed. The referee was crap, and also Cody got booked where their attacker went through and fell over his own feet. So overall, it was not a good day at the office. As I say, out of 10 I'd give it a 6. But we move on to next week, away to Newcastle. Take care, bye.
Hi Dave, Keith here from Australia. We just got back from the game. It was great to meet you. My thoughts quickly on the game. Yeah, well, there's a rude comment about the VAR that the crowd seemed to make, and that's basically what I thought about it as well. I thought we played well in dribs and drabs. Sometimes going sideways all the time was very frustrating, especially up in the stand. You could see there appeared to be gaps to me anyway. They just didn't seem to want to try and exploit those gaps. We did look a little bit vulnerable on the break at times, but no, well, I guess that's a sort of modern game anyway. Everyone's a bit vulnerable, but boy, I enjoyed it. No, it's really, really good to come halfway around the world to see the mighty Wolves play. So good luck to you and your family, and hopefully one day I'll see you again, mate. Cheers.
Hi Dave, it's Dave from Stourbridge in England. I've just got back from Wolves versus Southampton game. I managed to get a ticket. It was fantastic, like really good atmosphere. A really good game, like one of the tougher games I've watched. I thought Southampton were a very strong opposition. We put out a brilliant starting 11, very good. We were quick at the start, passing, movement, like really nice to watch. I think, unfortunately, when Bennett got injured, I think that slowed the game down, the substitutions, the bit of the stoppage. Very bit of a shame to see him go off because he started the game really well. The second half, again, we started strong. Unfortunately, Neves went. I think if he had stayed on, unfortunately he picked up a knock in the first half, I think. But if he'd have stayed on and made it through the second half, I think we'd have been really set for that. He was playing a good game, and he's always someone that you want on the field and not off. But unfortunately, it went against us on that one. And yeah, the 2 VAR decisions that went against us, again, they were fair, but they took the heat out of the game, unfortunately. They're pretty gutting when they go against you. But Jimenez, he did get one go for him, and it gave us the Raul Jimenez penalty, which put us back in the game, and I think that really lit Wolves back up again. I think we were starting to get a bit sloppy before the goal and when Southampton scored as well. It was nice as well when Doherty came on and Adama pushed further up the pitch. He didn't play that far up the pitch in the first half, and everybody wanted him to get going just like in the City game. So when Doherty came on, it was nice to see him attacking and making the defence unstable of Southampton. So that was really, really nice to watch again. And finally Jota, when Jota came on, I thought, wow, fresh legs. And he's brilliant, just a brilliant player to watch, very exciting. And him and Jota and Jimenez, fantastic partnership. So very promising for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be positive, and we can't wait to see more great games and great contests. So come on the Wolves, keep it up.
This is Chris and Targa from Eidsvoll in Norway, reporting on Wolves 1, Southampton 1. It's a difficult game to watch, wasn't that, really? We got a point. I always say if you can't win, don't lose. We didn't. Targa, your thoughts?
We played well the first half a bit, but we weren't that good the second half. We were really not that good the second half. Somehow we got a penalty. It was a different penalty.
I have a theory in this game, but the whole balance of the game changed when Bennett got injured and Vallejo came on, and he made us worse as a team and balanced the entire team, and certainly the defence, made 3 critical errors. Quite honestly, the guy isn't a Premier League player. I'm sorry, I never want to see him in a Wolves shirt again. Targa, unfair or not?
Fair.
Yeah, every time I got the ball, it was just... He unbalanced the whole team, and he makes Cody a worse player as well, doesn't he? I'm sorry to be so negative about one player, but it ain't the first time, is it? Most of Nuno's signings have been great. We know that, and we're grateful for it. But let's be fair, this guy's no good. I don't want to see him again. Please, I don't want to see Vallejo again. Apart from that, again, we fought back. We didn't lose. We tend to do that. But a point's better than nothing. A bit disappointing, really. So... Wolves 1, Southampton 1, that's the verdict from Norway.
Thanks to everyone that's got involved with this particular international fans reaction. As I say, if you want to get involved, please leave your comments below on where you are in the world and if you want to represent that country. And until the next time, make sure you send the love to the guys, leave your comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell button, and we'll see you on the next one. Always Wolves.